Hey, Andrew 12 here. Now look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a little tool that you can use to track your progress, especially in the express qualification competition. All right. So in that, really, all we have to do is, for example, we need to fill in a 2 by 7 deep matrix. So in other words, this is what we're doing. We've got 2 under every person, okay? And we've got 2 under that, and we've got 2 under that, and 2 under that, and 2 under that. And then again down here, 2 under there, 2 under there, 2 under there. Right, now, how do you keep track of who's where, what's filled in, and so forth? Because when you get down to the bottom, it gets very intense, and it's hard to draw out. So what I've done is I've done a spreadsheet where it's, see how it's going from the top to bottom here. If we, I'll just quickly show you so you can understand what I've done. All right. So I've got a little box like this, right, with a halfway line that you can put someone's name in, and you can put their username and how much they've spent for qualification. Right, and then you can fill it in. All right, once you can colour it in like that. Once you know they're qualified for a certain level, so you can say qualified for, right, green, qualified for the manager level. So if they've spent 1,000, you can say qualified for the 1,000 level or for manager level. If they spent 3,500, they're qualified up to the top manager level, even though they might not be there yet. All right. So if we look at this, then we can do a line there and a line there, and there'll be another box like so, with a halfway line like this, and then there'll be another box here. Okay. Then there'll be 2 more here and here, with a box here. Box here, all right, but once it gets down to there, it gets a lot tighter. Okay, so if you can imagine this, where you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels in depth. All right, this is what we've got in here. So you can see here, there's your little box. There's 2 people under that. There's 2 people under that person. And there's 2 people under that person. So if you follow the little black lines, right, here's this person. There's a black line that goes up to the next one, to this person here. And then there's 2 black lines, one going up, one going down to the next person. From this one, there's 1 line going up, 1 line going down to this person and this person. And from here, there's a little line. But you've got a box there, a box there. Under this person, you've got 1, 2. Under this person, you've got 1, 2. So you can see that that is like there's 1 level, 2 levels, 3 levels, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so if we actually try and reduce it a bit more, you can see that that was that little section there. Okay, but there's this person here which has all of them and all of these. Now if we scroll down a bit more, this person here has got all of them and all of these. And then if you go out one further, there's 1 person at the top. So if we go back to the paint, you can see it's the 1 at the top, then the 2, then the 4, then the 8, then the 16, then the 32, and then the 64. These are all on there, right? So you can, as a leader, right, you can have 1 person at the top, which could be your front line. So you could rename the sheet to front line 1, or you could name it as Bob Smith. All right. Now you can put Bob Smith there. Then here's 2 key people that are going to do the express qualification run. Then underneath the first person you would find their two, and then the two under each of them, then the two under each of them, and start filling this in by putting, right, if we blow it up a bit to the other way, okay, under this person we could put Bob Smith, and his username might be Smithy23, so you can find him in your structure. Then you could say he's invested $2,000 since the 1st of June. So at 2,000, that qualifies him up to leader manager, right? Then what you could do is you could fill it in with a green, or you could fill it all in with green to say that he's qualified up to the leader manager level. Right, now if we blow that out a bit, you can see that Bob's qualified up to leader manager, so all he has to fill in is his numbers. Right, now you can fill this in. Now Bob's sponsor might be Sue Smith, for example, or Sue Jones. Right, her username might be Jonesy41. Now she might have spent 3,500, which has her qualified up to the top manager level. All right, so she's qualified right up there. So we could fill her in with a green as well. So you know that she's qualified up to the level. Now this person here might be Steve Dunn. All right, and his username could be Dunny. All right, now he could have only spent 500. All right, or we might say 250 in this case, which has really only qualified him up to the agent level. All right, so for him to reach consultant, right, we might just say that he might be yellow because he's qualified for a bit, but he hasn't qualified enough for his next rank. So he would have to be spending another 250 to be able to qualify up to right, for consultant you need 500. So he needs to spend another 250 to get up to the next rank, or 750 to get to manager, or 1750 to get to the leader manager level. So this could be a way of you tracking where people are, and you can keep filling in names. You can say, well, this person here has got a team of 30 people, right? This person might be Vince Wish, there you go, and his name might be Wishy, username, and you can say he's spent only $100 pack, which means he's not qualified. He's only a partner, right? And he's already got a team of 15 people. So you might be saying, hey, Vince, if you qualify for yours, if you spend $500, you'll qualify to be a consultant. And if you get your 6 people there to pay $200 or buy a $200 pack, you'll reach the consultant rank. All right, can you see how this would be a useful tool to track where your downline are? All right, so let me just get that back so the template remains clean. Right, so you can go back there. Now let me show you another really cool trick. From the template, right, you will not be able to edit the template, but what you can do is you can come up here and click on File and then make a copy. Then you can say, then you can call it Frontline 1, all right, which is the name of your frontline person. It might be Bob Smith, all right, and then you can say Express Qualification what would you call it? Map? All right, you can call it whatever you like, but you can add this. All right, it'll say you can add it to your own drive. So then when you go back into your Google Drive, now for example, if you're in Google and no, that's the wrong one. If you're in Gmail, or in fact, if you're logged into your Google account, when you click a new tab, you'll have Gmail or these 9 buttons here. So if you click that, you'll see down here Google Drive. If you click that, it opens up your Google Drive. Now this is a kind of like Microsoft Office, but in the cloud. So if you go My Drive, you can set up folders. Now you can see here I've set up one for SkyWay. So if I click in there, I've got all of my spreadsheets, all of my PowerPoint presentations, all of my Word documents, all of that under there. Now if you structure it correctly, you can build folders under folders and be able to find everything easily. All right? So that's where you can save it. But here's the really cool thing. This is now your template. See, I've got frontline 1. What you can do is you can then start filling this in. Now, if you, I'm just going to do this rename, and we'll go Bob Smith. All right. So you put Bob Smith in the front, and make sure you put his username, because it makes it Smithy23. It makes it easier to find people in your back office if you've got their username rather than just their name. Now you can say he's spent 1,100 so far, so he's qualified up to the manager level, right? As of the list, okay, up here wherever it is. All right, the list here. Oh, come on, where are you? All right, as of the list, he's paid $1,000, so he's qualified up to the manager level. Okay, so you can go bang, you know he's done up to the manager level, so you can green him in. Now you'll be talking to Bob, right? Who are your 2 strongest legs that you want to run with this? And you put one there, and you come down to the other one and put one there. Then you talk to these 2 people and say, right, who are your 2 strongest legs? You put one there, and then you put one there. Then you talk to these one. Who are your 2 strongest legs? Go bang and bang, and then work your way down and start filling in this matrix. All right. Now, if this is rolling up and down is a bit hard to do, let's work this out. So if you go File and then Print, guess what? You can print this out on 4 A4 pages. All right, now on that, you can cut this page right along the edge there and then stick that to the next page up there. All right, and then you can come down here and you cut that there and you stick that right along the edge of that, and then same down here. So therefore you can see here you've got Bob Smith, and you can see that there's his front line there and there. All right, and you can see how it sort of goes down. This one has got 2, this one's got 2, this one's got 2, this one's got 2, all the way there. So all you need to do is fill this in, and you can print this out and stick it on your wall. How cool is that? All right, we can see if we can do portrait, whether that makes any difference. Although, there you go, if you do portrait, you can do it on 2 pages. Right, you can see here's Bob, here's his front line, there's his 2, there's the 4 under that, there's 8 under that, 16 and 32. All right, so basically fill that in, spend $5,000, and you're up to the President's Advisor level. It's as simple as that. I hope this is really helpful. All right, being able to print that is going to save you a lot of different hassles. All right, now this works for the 2 by 2 by 2. If you want to try and do it for other structures, then you might be able to just add width. All right. It's a matter of fiddling with it. But for this express qualification, that's the template you need. All right. Now, it's not to say that you only need to work on 2 legs. I'm working on more than 2 legs to try and help many people rank up. The more width you have, the more money you'll make in the long run. So just before we log out, I'm going to show you a really cool trick. If you do Bob Smith as one of your front line, right, you can actually come up here and go share, all right, and share this with Bob Smith. Right, you put his Gmail in there and then click send. So what you can do is you and Bob Smith can both edit this. So you can add one in here, right? You can say, oh, Bob, your front line's there, and then you could actually sponsor someone here and drop it in, and then Bob will see that and say, oh, I can put one under here, and off you go. You can actually work the same sheet together. All right, that's a really cool trick. All right, so you might have different sheets for your different front line, but you can actually share each sheet specific to the person who you've got at the top of it. All right, how cool is that? All right, anyway, on that, I'll call it and say Andrew out, and good luck, and I hope this helps.